2020 has been hell lot of a crazy year, right? I hope all you guys are keeping safe and you continue to do so. Now, I've been thinking a lot, okay? So I decided that I'm going to change the format of this channel completely for you guys. So this past year, I did acquire a lot of plants. Some of them are rare, or I'll rather put it as they used to be rare. Some of them are common house plants. So yeah, my collection has really grown and they have been thriving over the past year. So now, coming back to today's video, I hope you guys remember this. This is my first ever Hoya, which I got almost a year back now. And I remember doing a video for you guys saying that, this is my first ever trial for this plant family. And this was a plant which had like a small twig had broken off from the parent pot while my nursery guys were unloading the new varieties. So that's when I had picked up this plant and had just put her up in soil, and for the first 2-3 months she was not doing anything much for me. But then it started growing, like it just started throwing out new leaves and everything. So this is a Hoya carnosa splash. If you can see the beautiful splashy leaves. I did have my doubts when the plant grew and started, putting out these longer shaped leaves. I thought that it might be a pubic calyx splash, but no, I verified with certain Hoya sellers and they said that it is a Hoya carnosa splash. So this is the plant which got me really interested into this Hoya family. Now, Hoya plants are very forgiving plants. They have been thriving beautifully under my care. So when I started off with her, I only had one Hoya variety. Now I think I have some 24 or 25 odd varieties of Hoyas. So they are also known as wax plants because when a stem breaks off the plant, there's this white rubbery substance which comes out like the sap which comes from a rubber tree, which is why it's also called as wax plant. Now they are very easy to care for, at least in my care and in the conditions I live in, the temperature, the watering, the humidity, the air, everything. In the part of the country that I live in, they have been thriving beautifully under my care. I have heard a lot of Hoya parents complain that Hoya is not doing well for them. It might completely depend on the part of the country again where you're staying, 2, the amount of watering you're doing, 3, the soil mixture which you are using for these plants. Now these are epiphytes. By epiphytes I mean that in the wild they grow on trees. So Hoyas do not like a rich soil medium at all. They will do perfectly fine in a mixture of coconut chips or cocoa husk plus vermicompost plus perlite for aeration. Now, since Bangalore weather is very dry and our winters are not that cold like like US or UK or that part of the world, so what I do is that I feed them every week once. Now, I use 3 different kinds of fertilizers. I'll show that to you guys in a later video. The proportion is 1 cap in 1 liter bottle, and then you pour it into the pots. That's it. Now, Hoyas do have grabbing on tendencies, right? So when a new growth comes, Hoyas throw out tendrils in all directions in the hope of grabbing onto stuff. Now when the plant has established that hold, then the new leaves start coming. That is a basic characteristics of most of the Hoyas. So yeah, having said that, let's get on with the video and let me show. So, starting off with my first ever Hoya. She is the one who's redirected my love towards Hoya and has gotten me obsessed about Hoyas to this day. So I owe it her to completely. Now this is a beautiful Carnosa splash which I mentioned before. and the plant was only till here when I got her, and these are all the new growths. Now moving on. So this is my Hoya window here, guys. It also has a few aeroids and a few other plants here and there, but this is a east facing window, so the light exposure which I get from here, the sun comes from this side, so it's an eastern exposure of light which I get. So let's start with the hanging Hoyas first. Now this Hoya, I hope you guys can see it. Yeah, this Hoya is a Hoya croniana. I think it's a Hoya croniana or a Hoya lacunosa, something like that, because croniana and lacunosa are so similar to each other. So it's just that can you see the indentations on the leaf? So this is what a croniana would look like, and if the leaf is a bit longer in size with the indentations, like this one here, it would be a lacunosa. So overall, I think this is a croniana, or it's a croniana lacunosa hybrid, something like that. Okay, so then moving on here, this is my Hoya kerrii reverse splash. Now the variegation is, by reverse splash I mean the variegation, the yellow variegation is on the inside. If you can see here, this is the variegated part, and it has beautifully heart shaped leaves, but is a very super slow grower. Okay, next, this is my Hoya, I don't want to butcher the name, Kumingyani, yes. A moderate to slow grower, I would say. Then I'll remove my Burlmax out of the way. This is my Hoya parviflora, again a moderate to slow grower. This is my Hoya croniana. Like you see, these are the proper cronianas. Croniana splash, a relatively fast grower than the other two varieties which I showed you now. It also has a peduncle, and I hope it starts flowering soon. Moving on, this is my Hoya carnosa crimson princess. It's beautiful. Again, the basic difference between a carnosa crimson queen and a crimson princess is that princess has the reverse variegation, like the variegation is on the inside of the leaves with the greener margin on the outside. So yeah, again a moderate to slow grower under my care, I would say. Then we move on to this beauty, which is the Hoya sigillatus or sigillatus, however you want to pronounce it. This is a dainty little thing. It's very fragile, and I make sure I don't move her at all from this spot of mine, because I've heard a few of my Hoya friends, like my Hoya parents who also happen to be my friends, they've complained that they have killed this plant. So I am extra careful with this one, and I do not move her from this particular spot at all. Now this long leaf which you see here, okay, let me focus. Yeah, this long leaf which you see here is a new growth, and there's another leaf here. This one is again a new growth for these plants. These are the new growth of these plants, and the growth which I am showing you right now, they are all winter growth, guys. So yeah, that was Hoya sigillatus. Now moving on, this is Hoya, this is again a moderate grower. Like it's not very slow also, it's not very fast also, so it's a moderate grow. Moving on, this is Hoya elliptica. Oh my god, this has been growing like gangbusters for me. Just look. I'll remove my Brazil out of the way so that you can see, and that's where the tendril is growing. So as I said, so first it puts out the tendrils, and then the leaves start coming. So yeah, see, there's a growth point here, then there's a growth point, yeah, here, and then there's a growth point here. So that is what a Hoya would typically do, you know, throw out the tendrils first, grab onto something, and then spring out new leaves. Now this skeleton here is a Hoya Kumingiana, sorry, and it's yet to do something for me. Now moving on, this is Hoya Finlaysonii. Splash! Look at those leaves. I'm in love with this family, guys. I'm so obsessed with them, I can't tell you. So yeah, Kumingiani again. See, look at the tendril that this guy has thrown. Let me focus. Okay, it won't focus anyways. So okay, so this is the tendril. It's come till here now, and these are the two new growth. These are the two new leaves which I got now. Okay, moving on. This is my Hoya pubicalix, Hawaiian purple. Okay, so the new growth which comes are purplish, like dark green purplish in color, and I think the blooms of this plant are also purple in color, which is why the name. Again, it's throwing out a tendril, as you can see, and the growth, like the leaves are coming. One second. God. Not having filmed a video for such a long, I think I have lost the skills of it. Anyway, it's not focusing for you guys. Yeah, that's it. So yeah. Now the problem regarding pests which I face for these plants as of now is that I did have a few mealybug issues, but I have managed to take all of them out, and I just hand pick them out, and and then I just give the leaves very well shower without letting the water trickle down in the pot. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been helping me. So this was the first layer of Hoyas, like the first line of Hoyas which I wanted to show. Now let's come down on this bench. Here I have a lot of my Hoyas as well. So we'll start from the right side, this side. This is a Hoya rotundiflora. Now one more thing I would like to say, all of these Hoyas are my very recent purchases. I think not even a month. So they are all still acclimating to their new house. So which is why you won't spot any new growth on them yet. But we'll get there soon. Okay, so this is Hoya rotundiflora. The leaves are really fuzzy, and they are beautiful rectangle, like it's a weird shape. It's a roundish rectangle in shape. It's very unique, the leaf structure, and you can see the veins also on the leaves. So I love this plant really well, a lot I meant. Then we move towards Hoya Matilde. Hoya Matilde Splash is the name of this plant. I really love the thick structure of the leaves and this beautiful oval shape with splash. It looks like bird eggs, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Then we move on to Hoya obovata Splash. Now I have seen a lot of Hoya parents all over YouTube have beautiful obovatas with perfectly round leaves. Mine is a different variety, and they have a lot of splash. I think I have to give this one a more light so that the splashes will come and the leaf. But then I'm happy. I really love this plant, and it's a very beautiful plant. I really like Hoyas which have which have thick leaves, which have oval shaped leaves, which have a lot of splash on them, any Hoya is very beautiful for me. But then if you ask me for a preference, I would always go for the thicker leaved ones, which are more succulent variety, which have the capacity of storing water inside the leaves. So that's my first preference if you ask me. Okay, we missed this one out. Now this is a Hoya macrophylla green, and again waxy leaves. I really love the indentations on the leaves, the veining structure. It's beautiful. Then this here is the Hoya Caudata Sumatra. Fuzzy leaves, again a slow grower, a bit on the fragile side I would say, and it has dropped a lot of leaves due to I think it did not take the transit well, so it did drop a lot of I think 4 or 5 leaves I lost of this plant after it is, and it has a very fuzzy feel to it, both on the underside of the leaf as well as on the top of the leaf. Just see this beautiful splash. Can you see? I can show you the fuzz if you can see. Okay, moving on. This is my beautiful Hoya Polyneura, which is also known as the fishtail Hoya. The reason being, the leaves they look like a tail of a fish. Simple. So beautiful plant. Again, it's still acclimating, so yet to give out new growth for me. And then we have my first Hoya. So this was my Hoya window for you guys, and that's where all of my majority of my Hoyas live. Now I'll show you the other Hoyas in the other part of the house. So I figured I'll get them all under, in the same room so that it's easier for me to show you guys. Otherwise they were all scattered in my balcony. Okay, now this is my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen. As you can see, the variegation is on the edge of the leaves, while in my Crimson Princess it was on the inside. That's the basic difference between a Crimson Queen and a Crimson Princess. Now moving on, this is the beautiful Hoya Curtsii, and you can see a lot of new growth points here. Then we have our Ovovata Reverse Splash. I love this plant. Anything which has got to do with thick, roundish or oval shaped waxy leaves with a lot of splash and with a lot of color, I just love them, you guys. Okay, so Hoya Ovovata Reverse Splash. Then this is a Croniana propagation. This one also is a really fast grower, and you just need to snug it into the pot. Like if take a cutting and just snug it into the pot, and it's going to root for you. Moving on, this is my Hoya Macrophylla albomarginata. So the variegation is on the outside as the rim of the leaves. Beautiful. Look at the indentations on that thing and the veins and super thick leaves. I just love it. So this one gets direct sun. I found out that this one likes direct sun, and when you give this plant direct sun, the margin of the leaves will turn a bit pinkish in color. I have a leaf like that. Yeah, here you go. See, can you see the beautiful pink margins? So this is a very hardier variety, and it doesn't mind the direct sun, so that's where I have placed her as of now. Then comes my pride and joy, the love of my life. This is the beautiful Australis Lisa. Oh my god. Again, one of my recent purchases, but I love this plant. And again, she sits in my balcony, wherein this one wants a little bit more light than the others. So that's what I have been doing. I have kept her in my balcony, and I can already see new growth sprouting. 1 second, let me focus. When you want it to focus, it will never focus. So anyways, this is the new growth which is coming on this plant. This is the same batch in which I got the first line, like the first line of all these Hoyas. But then yeah, that one is definitely giving me a growth very soon. And when the new leaves come, they are supposedly pink in color, and then they mature to form a creamish green pinkish combination. Beautiful. More pride and joy is this beautiful Hoya pubicalyx splash. So the twine goes all across and it reaches here, and these are the very new leaves which have come. I love, they are yet to harden off, but I so love this plant. Oh my god, look at this splashy leaves. I just wish I could have more of these. I will surely get more of these. So the Hoya pubicalyx splash for you guys. This is Hoya Ficii. Again, a very recent purchase. I think not even a week now. So this one is a bit of a fragile, like it doesn't have those waxy thick succulent leaves, and it does enjoy the sun, so that's where I have placed her, and hopefully she'll sun stress and the leaves will start turning red for me. So that's Hoya Ficii for you guys. This is my Hoya australis. This I got as a rooted cutting from one of my friends. She has this plant growing for 3+ years now, and it has just entwined itself completely on her on the staircase going on to her terrace, and it blooms. It constantly blooms. So she was generous enough to give me rooted cutting, and there is already a peduncle in this Hoya. I hope to see it flower soon. Now these are two Hoya macrophylla albumarginata cuttings which I had just propped up in the soil, and they have already rooted. So yeah, this is my huge pubicalyx. I've had this plant for almost 6-7 months now, and I got it as it is. It's a huge mother plant which I got from one of the nurseries. I don't know, somehow this one is a very slow grower. The last one is this Hoya croniana, and it's in a hanging pot. So I have one croniana lacunosa cross and 2 cronias. One is this parent plant and the other one is a propagation plant, as usual. So yeah guys, that was all the Hoyas which I currently own. I do have almost 20 varieties coming in the mail, and I wish to get them by next week max. So once I receive them, I will pot them up as soon as possible, and I will do a part 2 for you guys soon. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and these are very pretty beautiful plants, and please do get them, try your hands on them if you've not yet tried. I am sure you will not be disappointed. They are very forgiving plants. The best way to care for these plants is just neglect them. Simple. Once a week watering, or 10 days, once in every 10 days watering, feeding once every week depending on the location you are in, and repotting can be you can just wait, because these plants really like to be root bound, and then once you pot them up, they do not need to be repotted anytime soon. So yeah, I'm go and buy Hoyas and add them to your collection. I'm sure you would like them, and do let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would want me to add up to about Hoyas for you, which will help you know your plants better. So yes, and also please do like and comment, and do subscribe to my channel. I'll start posting content for you every week, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for other videos. Bye, take care.